it's match day tomorrow, today, tonight.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought.
Namaste, my dear sweet friends, and welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host, Jan. I hope you're doing well, really do hope that. Welcome back to Chelsea News. Today we are reacting to an article from Ben Jacobs on Give Me Sport. Give me that sport. It shall be given. Yes, Chelsea are in the United States. Pre-season has begun. Quickly, housework. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Amazing support from you guys over the whole landscape of the YouTube. Lovely comments, lovely community we've cultivated here in Football Therapy. If you want to become a part of it, subscribe. If you choose to, hit the bell. And thank you just for liking. Yada, 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 yada. Alright, disclaimer. I'm not going to stay up and watch the game tonight. I'm hoping to watch it after live, in the morning when I wake up. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't confirmed if that's the case. Obviously, you pay X amount on the Chelsea app to watch it. I have a feeling hopefully you can watch it back. I'm hopeful. If not, I'll have to just watch, extended highlights. I will be able to watch back Enzo Maresca's press conference, because his press conference is like 1 a.m. tonight for me, and then the game kicks off at 3:15 a.m. Dude, I ain't a kid anymore, look, firstly, right, my deepest and most profound respect to those of you watching from all around the world that get up at crazy o'clock to watch, Premier League, Champions League games for Chelsea for all the time you've been supporting Chelsea. Amazing support. I ain't doing it for a pre-season friendly game. I'm sorry, I ain't doing it, man. And the truth is, I better hopefully watch it back and then give you my review of it afterwards as well. And the majority of my viewership aren't active in the nighttime for the UK anyway. So, come on, let me sleep. Let me sleep. Also, if it was the Celtic game kicks off at 8:30 p.m. or 9:30 p.m, I'll watch that and I'll react to it and do a match review. Maybe even the Man City one, which kicks off at 10 p.m. Maybe not. We'll see what happens. But, certainly the Celtic game and the Inter game, of course, that's in the UK, so I'll watch that. The rest of them, I will probably have to react to it a few hours later when I wake. When I've woken up and watched it, and therefore I'll offer better content. You don't want 4 a.m. groggy Jan trying to talk about Chelsea. You want the good, cerebral, lucid Yannick to give you the best kind of footballing insight, which is why you always come back. So yes, we are going to talk just Chelsea in the meantime. More Chalobah stuff. Of course, I don't want to do this too much, but it's a big talking point at the moment. He kind of knew this was coming, but he's still disappointed. And, people are upset. Apparently a Manchester United target, though, which is a very interesting thing to talk about. So like I said, GiveMeSport.com, Ben Jacobs article. So, the highlights of this article are Chelsea are looking to sanction Chalobah's departure after he was left out of the travelling squad for the pre-season tour in the United States. The Blues are eager to send Alfie Gilchrist out on loan to a club competing in the Championship. Yes, good. Atletico Madrid's Samu Omorudurian has remained a top target as Chelsea head coach Enzo Maresca searches for further recruits. This is one of those weird transfer targets that I just don't really get it. Look, if he comes in, if he plays well, I dig it, but, it's not one that gets me super excited. Let's see what this is saying here. Chelsea defender Chalobah has been left out of the club's pre-season tour of the United States, raising doubts over his future, Ben Jacobs. I think the doubts were raised a long time ago, my friend. The 25-year-old who's been at Chelsea since he was 8 years old has made 17 appearances last season, impressing under the then boss Pochettino after returning from a hamstring injury. True, you must say he was performing as Chelsea's best centre-back when he came in. Now, I'm not saying he is Chelsea's best centre-back. I'm just saying his kind of profile being brought into that sort of Pochettino chaos ball transition, often no structure, it suited him well. Now, Chalobah is a bit of a stopper in that sense, Remember when Thomas Tuchel was speaking about him in defensive midfield, using him as a CDM, and how he played in Ligue 1 on his loan in France? He was more of like a stop. He's not like a regista. He's more of like a stopper, like a blocker, an old school CDM. And maybe people aren't viewing him as this like metronomic style possession football player. I guess not. I'm not saying that. I'm speculating. This is what the perception is. Chalobah is contracted until 2028, but Chelsea are seeking offers in the region of £25 million. It's a good deal, bro. I'm not. You get Trevoh Chalobah for 25 million quid. 25-year-old. Great player, showing he can operate at the highest level. Tall, strong, combative. 25 million quid. Wow. I mean, the Chelsea will argue, well, it's £25 million pure profit straight on the books. Lovely jubbly. As a result, he is not on the plane to the United States, even though he was included in early part of pre-season under the new coach Enzo Maresca. You gotta feel bad for him, bro. Chalobah omission indicates Blues want to sanction the departure. Give Me Sport understands that the decision to omit Chalobah from the squad of the preseason tour of the United States was difficult and not taken lightly, but the West Londoners wanted to travel with limit numbers to ensure a tight-knit squad. Limited numbers, I guess. Right-footed centre-backs Wesley Fofana, Axel Disasi, and new signing Tosin Adarabioyo have been selected ahead of Chalobah, and Maresca wants to take a closer look at versatile right-sided defender Josh Chimpong. The 18-year-old made his professional debut, of course, in the 2-0 win against Spurs under Pochettino. Like Chalobah, can play at right-back or centre-back. I mean, I ain't got any problem with us having a good look at Josh Chimpong because he's a bowler. Leaving Chalobah out will not prove popular among the fan base, and it hasn't, guys. But it's a clear indication that Chelsea do wish to sell. Again, we've known that for a while. Like, he sort of expected it. Certain journalists have said, like, he knew it was coming, but it didn't make it any easier. And the sort of manner it came in, like, he was being involved in pre-season, probably assumed he was going to America, even though he knows he's in the shop window, but maybe he could convince the manager, because he does want to stay at Chelsea, no, you're not even going to America, mate. Yeesh. It's not the first window where the Blues Academy graduate has been made available, as 12 months ago, of course, Bayern Munich wanted him, that fell through, and he declined the agreed transfer to Nottingham Forest, as is his right, by the way. Like I said recently, he thought he was going to Bayern Munich. Why should he just accept Nottingham Forest immediately afterwards? Chalobah is a popular figure in the Chelsea dressing room and has always been intent on fighting for his place, even more so after being given encouragement and starts under former head coach Pochettino in the second half of the season. It's kind of like Conor Gallagher. Like, they play well, they want to play for Chelsea, the managers like them, but the sporting directors are just hell-bent on selling them, which you must say is rank. Okay, so Trevoh Chalobah's averages per Premier League outing during the Premier League last season. Okay, so these aren't that strong. Okay, so squad rank. His squad rank for clearances are second. His squad rank for long passes are 9th, tackles 8th, interceptions 7th, and blocks 7th. So they're not strong stats, actually. I know it looked like he played very, very well, but because this is per 90, this is not like totals. Kind of disappointing, really. Should he now leave, which is likely, it's understood that Chalobah is looking for a club with European football. Manchester United hold a genuine interest and are intent on signing a second centre-back, having already added Lenny Yoro from Lille. If Aaron Wan-Bissaka goes to West Ham United, Chalobah's ability to play right-back would be seen as an asset. I would I'd be happy for Trev if he goes to. I'll tell you about this. My thoughts in a minute. Red Devils seem to appreciate, of course, Bayern Munich's Matthias de Ligt and Everton's Jaron Branthwaite, but need to bring in funds for either of them. De Ligt will cost £45 million. Branthwaite is like 70 million plus. Chalobah would therefore present a more budget-friendly option, and a guy that can also play right back. It's tactically versatile. Newcastle United have also discussed Chalobah and are in need of a right-sided centre-back given Jamal Lascelles is out with an ACL and to the end of the year. The Magpies don't have European football next season, but they're well positioned to compete for it long term. Yeah, massive club, Newcastle, great support. I'm sure he would have a nice time there should he go. And of course, the money, the PIF fund owned, when they can put money into the club, they'll have huge ambitions to be good moving forwards. Fulham hold a genuine interest in Chalobah, especially after losing Tosin to Chelsea, and would offer him the chance to remain in London, but Chalobah would have to change his mind about the type of team he is looking for. No European football at Fulham. Borussia Dortmund and Milan are also other clubs to watch. It's just so... look, on this... For him, for Chalobah, Man United would be a good move. They are the biggest club in England. I know they've been an absolute circus for a while, and that doesn't necessarily mean a good thing, but he'll play with good players. He'll be playing for Manchester United. He's really close with Mason Mount. Mason Mount's there. And in that sense, he's not going to Forest. He's not going to Fulham. He's going to Man United. I'd be happy for him in that sense. I wouldn't like Manchester United taking a really good player off us for £25 million. But what we learn about these sporting directors and owners, they will sell to rivals. The aforementioned Mount to Man United, Kovacic to City, Havertz to Arsenal, all direct rivals. They ain't got no problem with that. Chelsea want to look at themselves, apparently, and, whatever. Let me know what you think about Trevo to Man United. Of course, Gilchrist as well. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but Gilchrist being linked with Championship clubs, I would like that. Preston North End, Sheffield United. I think they'll both be good loans for young Alfie. Leeds United and Blackburn Rovers have also asked about him. Despite links with the newly promoted City outside Como, where Cesc Fabregas is manager, Chelsea do want to send Gilchrist to the Championship. They feel that'll be better for his development, much like Levi Cole, of course, before we sent Cole to Brighton. Fair enough. I get it. Fine. Of course, we know Santos will rejoin Strasbourg, and Caleb Wiley will also join Strasbourg, and Leslie Ugochukwu will also maybe be loaned out next season as well. Eintracht Frankfurt and Fulham both considering approach. Leslie Ugochukwu to Fulham is a lovely old job, and I will co-sign that. West London is planning to sell Lukaku. Hold on. Surely not. As far as permanent exits are concerned, Chelsea are planning to sell Lukaku. Of course, we want £38 million. Napoli probably won't be able to meet that unless they, of course, sell Victor Osimhen first. Lukaku's already agreed to nearly half his salary to be able to play for Napoli. PSG are close to Osimhen. With PSG not currently close to Osimhen, Saudi sides are also considering to bid for Victor Osimhen, which would obviously free up the move for Lukaku to go and be reunited with his daddy, Antonio Conte. Of course, goalkeeper Georgi Petrovic is another name to keep a close eye on. He was recently offered to Genoa. Didn't know that. His omission from Chelsea's United States pre-season squad is not down to any imminent move. He's got a minor knock, apparently, so he's going to join up with the squad later. But, yes, he's basically might still be sold. There's a good chance, so keep an eye on him. Kepa Arrizabalaga will also go. Let's have a look here. Central midfielder Conor Gallagher has a time off after reaching the finals of the Euros. He's not with the pre-season squad at the moment. Chelsea want £50 million plus for Conor Gallagher. Yeesh. The Blues want a similar money. Of course, they got for Mason Mount. Atletico Madrid and Tottenham are two sides to watch. Both value Gallagher closer to £40 million. I'd be surprised if Atletico would even stretch to 40. And the rest of people are like, Breuer could also depart, but unlike Chalobah, the Albanian striker has travelled to the United States and has the chance to prove himself to Maresca. Yeah, I wonder if he, what if he pops off Breuer? We always say this about Armando Breuer, like he's got the talent, but we've never seen it. And we know he's got the talent because loads of clubs want to buy him still, so they obviously know something we don't, or that we've only seen very, very rarely, you know. Everton is still keen on Breuer, but they would likely need to sell Calvert-Lewin first, who's not going to sign with them. And, loads of other clubs looking at Breuer as well here. Wow, okay, quickly then, just to finish on Samu Amorodorian. Despite Gu and Kellyman arriving, Kellyman's an attacking midfielder, the Blues are still open to adding another striker, and Atletico Madrid's Samu Amorodorian remained a top target. La Liga giants do not wish to sell Amorodorian. They want to sign him to a new long-term deal, which will include a €120 million release clause. Lol. Chelsea have made no breakthrough, and they've had multiple bids rejected. We really want this striker, guys. Apparently, it could cost close to €70 million. The Blues are trying to get a deal done for south of €55 million. €55 million for this guy, bro. Like, no offense, I'm sure he's good, but he scored like a few goals. Not very many at all. Incredible that we want to. I mean, look, obviously the fact that Atletico Madrid are digging their heels in, they rate him highly, but my word. They have let Morata go, of course, so there should be more minutes, but they're also signing Dovbyk, the Ukrainian centre forward, so see what happens there. Lille frontman, of course, Jonathan David, the Canadian international. He could be available for around €25 million, which is just over £20 million, which seems like an absolute deal for me, but I know a lot of people aren't massively hot on him at the moment. That's the sort of the temp check of the Chelsea fans. Although I thought, he's been a consistent goal scorer for many years. Osimhen is not an active target as he costs peas basically for wages and stuff. And of course, Chelsea are looking at goalkeepers, which we've spoken about at length. I'll wind up there, guys, but a pretty good and comprehensive and relatively extensive article from big old Ben Jacobs there, and very interesting indeed. So let me know what you think. Strap yourselves in. I hope you strap yourselves in. You can strap yourselves in for the next one, but thank you for joining me in the meantime. I will be back tomorrow after the game, and we'll talk about that and what Enzo Maresca said, etc., etc. So thanks for joining me. Love you lots, and goodbye.